Welcome back to the podcast. It's your host, Amaka. It is Tuesday evening when I'm recording. Just came home from work and I decided to fire up the mic and record the last episode of the podcast for the first half of the year. So I mentioned this on the last episode and the one prior to that, I believe, going on a short mid-year break, as I did last year as well. So this podcast will be the last one for the first half of the year. I will be taking a break from publishing, but I will still be working on the back end. So there won't be a July 1st episode. And the next episode to publish will be the July 15th episode. So, yeah. Can't believe we're already at that point in the year. I am coming home from work, like I said, at the mental health substance use clinic. Saw a few patients. Had a little bit of downtime, completed my notes. The staff there was so sweet because they gave me a goodbye card, and I opened the door when one of the staff members knocked on the office door and she was like, "Here." I was like, "Oh my God." And then they even ordered some pizza and, in my honor. And I was like, I really appreciated it, but I was like, I'm only here once a week, but I appreciate so much that they thought enough of me to even make those small gestures. So coming home from what will be my last in-person shift, the plan is to stay with the organization but work remotely. So I will still be working there, but in a different capacity. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what that looks like in a few weeks. I am coming off of being the most sick I have ever been in my life this past weekend. I caught a stomach bug. It had kind of been going through the house. My husband had it, my in-laws had it, and I don't know why I thought it would have hit me. I don't know why I thought I wouldn't get sick. Clearly, I was delusional. But on Friday afternoon, I started to feel unwell, and I still had 3 more patients for the afternoon, 2 which were intakes, and an intake is meeting a patient for the first time. So it's an hour-long evaluation appointment. So I was like, oh my God, how am I going to get through these next 3 appointments? But some way, somehow, through the grace of God, even with the discomfort and, kind of just like slowly feeling less and less energetic, I was able to get through those intakes and then immediately went and laid down. And it got progressively worse. All of the symptoms that come with the stomach bug. But thankfully, I am on the mend. I am feeling so much better. I felt really bad. I had to reschedule a happy hour date that I had with a friend, but thankfully we are planning to meet tomorrow because I really wanted to see her before we move. But yeah, I was able to do a little bit more yesterday. I forced myself to go out on Sunday because I had just been home since Friday. And like I said, I know I don't remember ever being so sick. But yeah, I'm just happy to be on the other side. For the most part, I would say that I'm like 90% recovered. So I'm thankful to God for health. You really think about how much you take good health for granted when you're sick. Oh my God. But I'm really thankful to be on the other side, and my family, are all on the other side from this stomach bug that kind of ravaged the whole house. But yeah, I am a little anxious though, because I lost so much time over the weekend with, planning to do different things, getting ready for the move and everything. So I've had to rearrange my week so that I can get some time back. But, I'm trying not to be anxious. I'm trying not to worry. I'm trying to remind myself that everything is going to get done, even if it's not how I thought it would. And at the end of the day, we're going to get to where we need to be. We're going to reach our destination, and everything is going to be okay. Like, sometimes I really just have to remind myself, everything is going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. So yeah, when you're hearing this, the earliest you could probably be hearing this is June 15th, obviously, at which point I will be working to pack the last bit of my life, because we are planning to hit the road early Friday morning and make our way to Chi-Town. So, how are you guys doing? I wish I could hear what you guys maybe say out loud to that question. I wish I could be privy just for a minute to your thoughts when you're thinking about the answer to that question, how you're doing. To all who are listening, I hope you're doing well. And, as always, I'm sending love and strength and positive energy to you if you're going through a particularly tough time. This episode is going to be short, and I'm going to ask you guys to really please bear with me. I have a lot going on, as do we all. And I just, as always, want to thank you guys for always listening, despite, what challenges I may share or whatever is going on. I feel a little bit of guilt around the fact that I haven't really had a book-focused discussion in a couple of weeks. But at the same time, I'm going to try and not feel so guilty, because, life is what it is sometimes. And as much as I love reading, it's been a little difficult for me to be consistent as of late. What I'm holding on to right now is my hope that once this move is complete and this transition is done, that I can refocus on what's important and on what the essence of this podcast is. Not saying that I am not open to, new things, which are coming. I have talked about the changes that are on the way for the relaunch in September, but the essence of this podcast is my love for books. It's talking mental health, it's talking wellness, and maybe my listeners will disagree. Maybe you feel as though you are still positively impacted by what I share on a semi-monthly basis. Maybe I'm being too hard on myself right now. But if you are a consumer of my content for the books, I want to say thank you for continuing to listen, and the books will come back. I promise. I promise we will continue with All About Love. I promise I will publish new episodes on new books. I think I just need to get through this small but very consequential, I don't even want to call it small, maybe short is more appropriate. I want to kind of get through this short but very consequential point in my year and kind of get on the other side so that I can keep going. I can continue forward and I can get back to doing what makes me happy and talking books with you guys and talking mental health topics and, kind of just going from there. But before I end the episode, I actually want to share a journal entry that I wrote last year. Let me flip to it. I think I wrote it in August. I was feeling particularly low on this day. It was a Tuesday. And I don't know, I feel like sometimes people sometimes, in order to motivate themselves, they may put themselves down or, I don't know, try and use negative reinforcement to get themselves to do things or what have you. But what I've noticed is that me personally, at least, I tend to feel more motivated and respond more positively when I remember the things I have accomplished in the past, almost to remind myself of what I'm capable of. And if I was able to overcome and do everything that I've done before, I can do it again and again and again, So I'm just going to share this journal entry that I wrote on August 2nd last year. It was a Tuesday. And it begins like this. I need to pour into myself right now, while also needing to affirm the low feelings I'm experiencing. I'm not a failure. I am capable. I am capable. I can do whatever I set my mind to. I am through it. I am loved. I am valued. I am the best of me. I am doing my best in every single moment, even when it doesn't feel that way. I am doing my best. Just because my past accomplishments have come and gone doesn't mean they don't matter. I'm a Yale grad. I have 2 master's degrees. I've lived in 4 states by myself. Moved more than a few times by myself. Withdrew from nursing school. Restarted nursing school. I'm licensed in 2 states. I've established an LLC. I produce a semi-monthly podcast. I am that girl. Day to day, it may feel like nothing is progressing, but sometimes looking back to what's been accomplished is needed. I have pushed through and continue to push through. I left a job I knew wasn't good for me. I took time off. I'm betting on myself. I am that girl. I have areas needing improvement, as does literally everyone else. Reading more, moving my body, being more mindful. I need to do better. It will be a lifelong effort. But you are that girl. You spoke at a national conference. You talked to moms about depression, baby blues, postpartum psychosis, and postpartum depression. You're doing more than your fair share, and you're killing it. Moments of feeling down will come, but others can't hold a candle to you. You've done so much. Be proud. You deserve. And don't let social media warp your perception of accomplishments and real life. It's all fake. You are real. Your life is real. Your love is real. Your accomplishments are real. You do the damn thing. Love that for you and love you. So, like the journal entry says, I wrote this in a moment where I wasn't feeling so good about myself, but I'm thankful that I did enough or thought enough to just kind of recount everything that I've done and everything that I am, you know, to kind of just remind myself. Sometimes you just have to remind yourself, because what is in front of you in that moment may feel so big and it might feel like defeat is inevitable. But if you're able to take a moment and look back at everything you have overcome and accomplished, then you're way more likely to feel empowered and feel strengthened and have faith that you will do it again because you've done it before. So I'm going to end the podcast here. Like I said, this episode is going to be very short. I just wanted to remind you guys that I'm going to go on a break. I'll be back with new episodes on July 15th. At which point I will be living in a completely new space and getting accustomed to my new life and starting a new chapter. I know I say this 1,000,001 times, but forever grateful for you guys' support and for staying with me through this journey that is this project, that is this podcast. And I'm excited to see what will come of it in the months and years to come. Please share, please recommend to folks who you think will enjoy this episode or past episodes. Please rate, please review on your preferred listening platform. And thank you. I appreciate you guys so much more than you know. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.